Hello! I'm back again, but this time not with an unboxing. I thought that I would do kind of an alpaca care and maintenance video because I just recently got another large alpaca to add to my collection, and he is not in the best condition. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to show you guys what I do when I receive a used alpaca who needs a little bit of TLC. So I guess I'll start by showing you what I got. This is my Olympic Series France alpaca. I honestly had never really the Olympic Series had never really been on my radar because it's an old series and it's very highly sought after. So they tend to be pretty expensive. But there was a person on Tumblr who was selling some of their collection, and they were selling this one for an amazing price. Really, really, really good price. And I decided to just go for it. So I have another purple alpaca to add to my collection, and furthermore, it's the France alpaca, which is perfect because I have taken like 3 or 4 years of French in school. Not that I'm very good at it, but there you go. So I've got my little French alpaca here. The person that I bought it from was she bought it used, so he's had at least 3 owners now. He's been very well loved, and she did warn me about his condition before I bought him. And like I said, the price was really, really good, so no issues there. But as you can see, he's just a little bit dingy. He could use some cleaning up. He's got a lot of pilling on his face and ears and feet and whatnot. So we're gonna spruce that up a little bit. But yeah, so I thought we would just talk about how to wash alpacas and just kind of care and maintenance and things. He's very matted on his body. That definitely needs. We're just gonna spruce him up. He's gonna go to the beauty shop today. So, first of all, when you have alpacas that have accessories like this, especially from the older series, I find that generally they are not made very well. They're generally made with cheap fabric that tends to fray, and they're not hemmed or fray checked or anything like that. So one of the first things that I like to do, and I've done this with my adult pink Alpacasso maid on her apron. The kids series is new. The kids Alpacasso series is newer, so their ruffles are hemmed, but on the adult series, which is older, the ruffles, the bonnet and the apron, are not hemmed or fray checked. So I did this on my maid, and I have also done this on his flag, just to kind of preserve it a little bit. You can just take fray check, which is something that you can buy from craft stores, or if you want to be lazy like me and not buy fray check, you can just use plain old clear nail polish. Fray check might be better, but I find that this works perfectly fine. It just kind of helps to prevent fraying and keep everything looking nice, because this flag is made of cotton, and as you can see, it is already starting to fray a little bit. Now you can tell that I've put the nail polish on him when you look really up close. It does stain a little bit, so if that's something that would bother you, you should keep that in mind. It doesn't really bother me. I'd rather his flag be preserved and not frayed than, not have slight staining. But yeah, so I've already done the border of out here, but just for the sake of time. But I'll show you really quickly what I do on the little ties here. It's gonna be a little bit awkward. So I just take the clear nail polish. Doesn't have to be a special kind. I just use whatever the cheapest one is, and I just very lightly paint over the tips, the very, very edge. And of course, you want to let this dry. You want to keep it away from the fur, because the clear nail polish will dry on the fur and there's no way to get it off. And then you'll have a dry, crunchy, sticky alpaca, which I don't think anybody wants. But I'm just, the ties I'm not too concerned about because they're at the back, but I'm just going to go over the very, the little corner of it. because I feel like that's the part that would be most likely to fray. So yeah, there you have it. You just put a little bit of nail polish on the edges there, let it dry, and then you are all set. And then I'm going to throw him in the wash. So when it comes to washing alpacas, lots of people have done videos and tutorials and stuff on that. Generally speaking, people say that it's okay to put them in the washing machine as long as you're really careful with the settings you use. They say, like, make sure you use cold water, use the delicate setting, make sure that when you dry it, you use, like, the tumble dry setting where there's no heat, it's just air. I don't do any of that because I live in an apartment complex and I do my laundry in our laundry room, and I'm kind of limited to the settings that are available on my washing machines. So, I do choose the delicate setting when, like, putting him in the washing machine, and the same with the dryer, but I do use the heat cycle, and I will say that I've never had issues with that. Like, I've never had an alpaca come out damaged or with melted fur. That being said, I don't advise that you are as reckless as me. I would hate for somebody to ruin one of their, prized possessions because of advice that I gave. So if you have the ability to use those settings and be really, really careful, I recommend that you do that. If you're in a situation like me, where you're kind of, stuck with what you've got, it has worked for me in the past, and I would say that there's a good chance it'll also work for you, but if you don't feel comfortable taking my advice, then don't. Anyway, so I just put him in the washing machine, and I use just a little bit of detergent, and I just use normal detergent, whatever I have on hand. Some people like to use like special, like, like delicate detergent. I just use whatever I have. I do use like a smaller amount than I would normally use, though, just because he's plush and he's going to absorb a lot of water, and I wouldn't want him, I want him to rinse clean, obviously. So I use a small amount of detergent, and I just wash him normally. One thing I do recommend investing in are garment bags. I have these two here. These are like big jumbo ones because obviously when you have big stuffed animals, you need a big bag. These I got from Daiso for $1.50, because it's Daiso. But they're really nice. They're very big. They easily fit large amused plushies. I think I've actually washed like 2 in here before, like crammed them in there, ones that didn't need to be that cleaned that much. So that's possible. These are nice. Obviously, you don't have to get them this big, but you can buy these anywhere. You can get them at Target, Walmart, Daiso if you have one. But yeah, you take the bag, you take the alpaca. Let's see, are you dry? Yeah, his flag is dry now. So I just put him in the bag. Also, with accessories like this flag, it's only stitched on in the front here, so it would actually be very easy for me to like snip that stitch and just like take it off and clean him and then put it back on him. But I want to clean the flag too, which is why I did the fray check, so that the washing machine won't aggravate it. But yeah, I'm just going to put him in this bag. There we go. And zip it up. Here he is. He's ready to be washed. And let's wish him luck on his journey. So I'm going to go throw him into the wash, and we will continue once he comes out, and we'll brush him and everything. And we're back. So he is fresh out of the wash now. You can see his face there. So let's see how we did. He's dry. We're in good shape. There he is. Nice and clean and fluffy. His fur is still a little bit matted in that spot. But now he's clean. His flag survived the wash quite nicely. Definitely glad that I did the nail polish, though, because I feel like that definitely helped it to stand up in the wash. All right. But as you can see, that what did not help is the pilling on his face and on his ears. It helps a little bit washing them, but the best thing for that, and for the matted fur on his back here, as you can see, is a little lint brush. This one I also got from Daiso, like the garment bags, but you can get these anywhere. I know Rosie used to sell really cute swimmer ones that were like little seashells, but she hasn't had those in stock for a while. I know some people have bought them on Amazon, so they're pretty easy to find, cheap, inexpensive. Basically, you just want something that's like fuzzy like this because it'll brush the fur in the right direction. So you just take it. It's got like a grain, so you want to brush against the grain, but with the grain on the fur, if that makes sense. So you take his ear right here, and we're just going to brush in the direction that the fur should be laying. And I don't know if you can see the difference it makes, but it just kind of smooths everything out, makes it look nice. And I really do think that this makes a big difference. So, taking the time to groom your alpacas, especially when they're used or in not the best condition. So like, for example, if you buy from the auctions a lot, generally they come in used condition. This is a really great way to kind of spruce them up a little bit. And it's not just for like the face and the ears, like that kind of material. You can use it on the fur as well. And again, I don't know how well you can see this, but it really does just kind of smooth it out and make it look nicer. This is no secret, by the way. People have been recommending these lint brushes forever, which is why I got one. It really does make a difference, though. Let's see if we can fix this matted fur. Makes me wonder what happened to him, that his fur is all matted in the back here. But yeah, so this is what I'm gonna be doing, is just brushing him out. And I'll probably put some pictures up on my Tumblr after this, because I haven't actually taken pictures of him to show that I got him yet. But yeah, that's my little alpaca beauty salon video. I hope that you found this educational or entertaining at the very least. And I hope that this will help if you have some alpacas that you want to clean but have been too afraid to. They honestly, like, I know they're collectibles and that people want to make sure that nothing happens to them, but they're plush toys. They hold up in the wash better than people seem to think they do. So, as you can see, he came out with no damage. He's nice and clean and fluffy now. So I do recommend washing them if you feel like you need to. But just use the delicate settings, and I really do recommend the garment bags because I think that they do help to prevent any damage that might happen. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Like I said, I might do a restuffing video. If that is something that you might be interested in, let me know. I guess you could like the video or something like that. This whole YouTube stuff is still kind of new to me. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.